Welcome in, everybody. It's The Point After. Jason Lloyd from The Athletic, as always, joins us, as does Mary Kay Cabot from Cleveland.com. We'll begin this way. Mary Kay, there they are. Those are the Browns we've been waiting for, right?
Absolutely 100%, Jimmy. That was the Cleveland Browns sort of Super Bowl contending football team everyone expected to see this season, especially there on the lakefront. What a night for everybody. The fans were wild. The players were out in full force. It was great fun.
It was. Jason, what did you think? I mean, we've been sitting here and we've been saying, hey, this season is hanging by a thread. They go 2-6. This baby is over. All we have left is to wait for Deshaun Watson, and they pop out a performance against a red-hot Bengals team. They were red-hot coming in.
Yeah, that was their most complete game of the season. I don't think it was really close. Myles Garrett played out of his mind. Sione Takitaki played out of his mind. Jacoby Brissett was terrific. He avoided the catastrophic mistake that we've talked about at times. The running game was in sync. Kareem Hunt showed up again. Nick Chubb had a great night. This is the way they can play when they play complementary football, when it's all clicking. And Jimmy, you're right, they saved their season. If it's 2-6, knock down the stadium and expand the airport. There's nothing left to play for. Your season's over at the bye week. At least now you've got a chance.
Everybody wants to do something with that airport.
I've yet to hear a good idea.
Mary Kay, Joe Woods really put it together, and I thought they were good in Baltimore. I thought the defense was better in Baltimore, though they lost, okay? But I thought they were exceptional last night. I have never seen them tackle the way they did last night.
Yeah, it was their best tackling performance of the season by far. Now, it was Joe Mixon. He's a little bit challenged this year, but they held him to 27 yards. They outrushed them 172 to, I think, 36. So it was a great run defense performance by the Browns. I think Myles Garrett set the tone for the night, not just on the field right away, but, you know, even during the week when he set up his yard with Stranger Things and then came lumbering into the stadium in his Vecna costume. But he got the party started there right on their opening drive with that tip that led to an interception and then the sack on the next drive, and it just went from there.
I have a suggestion that the Browns should just open against the Patriots every year, week one, get humiliated, get embarrassed, get it out of the way, and it'll fix the defense. 2 years ago, if you remember, last year up in Foxborough, they played awful. The defense was a wreck the first half of the season. We kept saying, what's going on with the defense? Second half, like, they figured it out. After the Patriots game was the swing point, they figured it out. This year, you can almost point to the same thing. New England comes here, they get embarrassed at home. The defense is a wreck. Everyone's screaming, fire Joe Woods. And we saw sort of the ingredients last week at Baltimore. They corralled Lamar Jackson. They got the turnover they needed late in the game to get the ball back to the offense. You saw signs of progress. And then last night, it all comes together again. I'm not ready to say everything is fixed, but certainly defensively, the arrows point in the right direction. You can thank New England.
Okay, we will. Offensively, Mary Kay, the Chubb Hunt 1-2 punch was very, very visible, and especially at a time when they got the lead and they were building the lead and they were working on the clock. It's a beautiful thing to watch, and we'll continue to watch it. Hunt is going nowhere. Are you surprised there was no Hunt deal today?
No, not surprised. I had written on Saturday or Friday that a trade for Kareem Hunt was unlikely. Didn't think it was going to happen. They didn't really engage in any substantive talks with anyone. Even though there was a lot of rumor, a lot of speculation, nothing was really cooking in that regard. And also, I firmly believe that the victory last night may have changed the philosophy just a little bit, where they were more willing to hang on to a Kareem Hunt, hang on to a Greedy Williams, and have some quality depth going forward.
Okay, what kind of game did you think Kevin Stefanski called last night?
I thought he was terrific.
I thought he was terrific. Now, he scratched that itch again with the trick play, okay? I mean, there was that itch, and he went, I like that. And then Cooper had that awful pass, all right, that he owned up to after the game, which was tremendous. But, I mean, overall, there was a real commitment to the run, okay? I mean, it was good. It was evident. That's what they are.
Especially after that. And I think Amari called it an abomination, and it was an abomination. He said he was trying to get the ball out of bounds. It was nowhere close to the sideline. But after that play, it felt like Kevin said, you know what, we're just going to line up and run. We're going to get back to what we can do, what we know we do well. And they did it, and they did it well. But Kevin, to me, like, this is what part of the reason I've been defending him all year is because if you look at what he did with Baker, he got the best out of Baker Mayfield of anyone. Jacoby Brissett is playing the best football of his career with
Yeah.
Kevin.
You're
So
right.
what's he going to do when he has Deshaun Watson in there? Like, everyone's screaming, Kevin, 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 you got to give up the play calling. Just watch. Watch how many guys are open across the field. Watch where Jacoby ranks with some of the leaders. Now, again, my big complaint has been that horrible mistake that he makes at the end of games when you got to have it from him.
Right.
He hasn't been able to deliver. He was able to avoid that last night.
Mary Kay, what do they do? Where do we go? I know we go to Miami, but how do we build on this? And do you think they will? They're 3-5. They're 2-1 in the division, though. They're kind of back in it.
Well, Jacoby has 3 more games left before Deshaun Watson comes back. I've been saying all along that you want to be able to at least hand Deshaun Watson at least 4 victories. So they have to win 1 more of these games. 2 would be ideal.
Yes.
If they can give Deshaun 5, then they remain in the conversation for the playoff hunt. And that's what you want to do. You want to hang around in there because, look, the Bengals have some major issues right now. They were depleted in their secondary yesterday.
Right.
That's not going to get better anytime soon. They lost one of their best cornerbacks. They're without Jamar Chase for a while. So, they're now down to 4-4 and 0-3 in the division. So, the Browns, even though things seem so dire and bleak right now, they are still in the thick of it enough to make a little bit of a run and give people at least some hope.
Yeah, real quickly, is the magic number to try and get to 5 before Watson gets in?
Ideally, Miami feels like a swing game. Like,
Yeah.
if you can beat Miami now you're starting
Right.
to put things together. You're probably going to lose at Buffalo. You can come back and beat Tampa.
All right. Okay.
I mean, come on, it's Buffalo.
We're not even going to Buffalo, okay? Mary Kay and Jason Lloyd, thanks so much on this Victory Tuesday. With that, we remind you our Hey Jimmy segment's back tomorrow. Send your Browns questions with the phrase Hey Jimmy to 216-344-3300. It is a text, not a telephone call. And tell us your name and where you're writing to us from. I will take a stab at those coming up tomorrow.